wins between them. Tonight from the home of the Terps, a red out in College Park as Maryland welcomes Oregon on the
sides.
Let's meet the lineups in this one. Maryland, they are stretched thin with injuries. Last game against Washington,
glass. And for Maryland, pick and roll coverages, they must do a great job of being communicative in those actions, but they also must take good care of the basketball as well against the ferociousness of the defense that Oregon has been able to apply this season.
Let's do it on this Saturday from College Park. Second chance for Oregon, and Mia Jacobs, the Australian, missing that time. And Maryland trying to push. Akanawa knifing inside for two, and the first points to the Terrapins.
Well, that is what she does so incredibly well. Her speed is just amazing when she gets downhill and gets some momentum.
And the first foul inside on Maryland, a blocking foul, which is going to send Atute to the foul line. Brenda Freeze, her team trying to figure things out. They're missing 5 players due to either season-ending injuries or current injuries at the moment.
Yeah, we were speaking to her at shoot-around earlier today, and she was saying, you know what, we only have 1 guard coming off the bench in our rotation, and that certainly changes things, especially with Oregon. They're a small team. All their players are 6 foot and below. So they've got to be able to not only defend, but they have to be able to score against this team. But you have to have table setters. You have to have some rotations. Yeah.
Nightmare right now.
Yeah. It's not easy. I mean, you're looking at Oregon. I remember Kelly Graves at Media Day saying, hey, we don't have any interior players that have any bulk or size or strength, really. So we really have to do our due diligence with our perimeter defense. And with the lack of depth for Maryland, that becomes something that you have to circle.
Maryland, a great rebounding team, Christie. Plus 11 per game, one of the top marks in the Big Ten. And the bucket falls inside, and the Terps take a 4-1 lead. In the first minute plus of this one, Akanawa with 2 straight baskets and off the miss. A run out for Maryland, the 16th team in the land, but a strip. Mack is swiped, and it's Atute the other way.
Yeah, you have to have your head on a swivel in transition. Oregon, they're going to be very feisty and disruptive. That's the word Kelly Graves loves to use for his team on the defensive end, and you saw it with that steal.
Turnover by Oregon. Akanawa, the first 2 baskets, and the first 3 and a foul for Maryland. And it's a 6-1 start for Akanawa and the Terps.
Oh, wow. Look at this right here. Defense turning to offense. Quick hands, quick feet, and then turbo mode to the rack with contact and 1 for Akanawa. Right there, you saw the swipe down. The contact was made, and then the smooch off the window. And she absorbed that contact and got another deuce.
What do they call her? Gucci Lucci.
I thought that was my nickname.
What does Christie
Gucci.
call her?
No, Gucci.
Oh, your specific nickname.
I was, yeah.
You really
2.0 over here then.
revealed something about yourself in the first 2 minutes of this one.
Yeah, man. Hey.
I like that you own it.
Thought that was me.
3-pointer, that's good. It's Mia Jacobs, the senior, with the triple.
Great mechanics there. Quick release on those spray out threes, and those are the toughest to guard. After an rebound, an offensive rebound, it's tough to guard those spray outs for threes.
Sailor Poffenbarger a little short. Second chance for Maryland. Akanawa banks it in the first 9 points to Lucci Akanawa for Maryland.
She has been amazing out of the gates in this one. On neon green go for sure.
Atute missed on the dive to the rim.
Yeah, Akanawa, I think, got a piece of that. Rotated, stayed vertical, and then I think got a piece of that shot on the way up.
She's 4 of 4. Well, she stripped this time, and the steal for Ari Long. Long's been a terrific, lengthy defender for Oregon this season. Jacobs tries to close out, backdoor bounce. Atute will shoot free throws, and let's see who picks this one up for Maryland. Graves, 12th year leading the Ducks, 29 years and 600 plus wins, 639 in fact at the Division I level.
Hey, what a joy to have a conversation with him earlier today at shoot around, and he said some of his former players from Gonzaga called him. Each of the 4 of those alums have 2 kids apiece, and they were all getting together to share some. Sit on your back porch and get a call from someone you coached years ago. It means you're doing it the right way. Kelly Graves does it the right way.
29 years, approaching 3 decades as a head coach. Akanawa, count it, but it's going the other way. So they'll count the basket, but then there was a foul as well. And it's on Boyko.
Let's take a look and unpack that last possession. You see Akanawa toes behind the three-point line, lift and flick. The bucket was good.
But they waved it off.
They waved the bucket off. Okay.
So even though the foul was off the ball, came before the shot. Atute scores, and Oregon, after a slow start, is back within a point.
Yeah, trying to go downstairs, get some easy, high-percentage offense down in there. And they have great spacing. It's like a 4-out, 1-in, so there's no double team.
Here's Kendall Walker for Maryland. Keeps the pivot foot down. Maddie Mack fades away and just misses. It's cleaned up by Atute. Now Atute averaging 10 rebounds and 13 points in the last 5. Has started 8 straight games. They needed for rebounding especially, and that's why she's starting. And Sarah Rambis is now coming off the bench. And this going the other way, offensive on the Ducks.
Yeah, Atute too aggressive there, trying to set that screen on Akanawa. Just have to be set at the point of contact there.
And right back at you on the dime, this time Neil McClain with the foul on the offensive end for the Terps.
Yeah, you know I have PTSD about that because I fouled out of a game because I set a screen and got whistled. You have to wait for the screen, right? It's not necessarily the screener's fault on that, right? Wait for the screen to be set and then come off of it and use it properly. You can't leave too soon because then you're at the infraction.
Look out. And that ball deflected into the face of one of the officials, Julie Cromenhook, along with Natasha Kami and Kevin Pethel here tonight. What game did you foul out of on a foul like that?
Oh yeah, Georgia Tech, my freshman year. I think I played 7 minutes, and Coach Weller, who is in the house, a Hall of Fame coach, she said that was a record. I was trying to block shots the other 4, and then the 5th one was the random foul, and my teammate left too soon. So I didn't even get my money's worth. I didn't even get to try for a 5th block shot.
What's that, like 12 years of PTSD?
Yeah, it's not great.
Off the miss. Walker couldn't snag it for Maryland. We get an arrow, and it's going to stay with the Terps with 14 on the timer. So the game is slowed. Oregon shooting 2 for 7 with 2 turnovers. Maryland 4 of 8. Akanawa with all 9 of their points. And they have 4 turnovers so far. Mack on the drive. Outside and off the hand and out of Walker, and there's turnover number 5.
Right, and with Akanawa out of the gate so quickly with those 9 points, you saw the last couple of possessions with long guarding her, right? One of their most staunch perimeter defenders disallowing a touch for her.
Here in the midway point, first quarter from College Park, and Fiso, her first shot misses. And going up the floor, foul from behind on Long for the Ducks, and it's the first on Ari Long.
Well, Fiso came over and spoke with us after practice earlier today, and real quickly, but her energy is palpable. I mean, she came over like, I'm ready to play. Like, what time? Like, you can't wait for 4 or 5 hours from now. She was ready to go. But you just love the energy that she brings. She's an energy giver for Oregon on both sides of the court.
Sophomore from Seattle. She's guarding Mack right now. Gets it. She's denied. Good help that time by Jacobs. Here's Fiso. Cut off. Work it around. Rambis. Jacobs. And now a touch for Kane. Avery Kane resets for the Ducks.
Good gap discipline defensively by Maryland on this possession.
Jacobs in the lane, count it, and a foul, and a chance at 3 for the lady from the world. The closest city to it in Australia is Adelaide, which is a 27-hour drive from the west coast city of Perth.
And I could not do it.
No.
Do you know how fast I'd be driving to get it less than 27 hours?
Well, there's no speed limit we found.
Oh, well, see, then I'd be in a good place then.
A little, if you're driving on the Beltway and someone's speeding by you.
All gas, no brakes over here.
You know it's Christy. Pull up for Walker is way off, and the rebound snatched by Fiso. And off the ball, down goes for Marilyn Mack, and it's offensive on the Ducks.
Yes, there, Rambis couldn't put her brakes on this play. Coming down, she just was surprised, I think, by Mack's presence there at the elbow.
So for the Terps right now, you've got Garzone, Hoffenbarger, Mack, Brianna Williams, the freshman, as well as Akanawa. Again, the first 9 for the Terps, but they've missed 5 straight shots, and they have 5 turnovers.
Yeah, well, the low man for Oregon's defense is in place, just like right now. You see the rotation, even though a foul was called. I thought they were on a string very nicely there. All 5 players defensively disciplined. Just right there at the end. You have to give it up to the help. If you get beat by a half step, you can't try to make a play on the ball after that. You're going to get whistled for an infraction. So just let that weak side come over and rotate and stay vertical and wall up right there.
Amen. 2 on Rambis. So back into the game comes Ahisa Tute. And Addie Mack, the freshman, will get another. Later tonight, catch men's hoops when Washington faces Northwestern in a prime-time matchup. Coverage starts at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Dave Revson gets his alma mater with Bruce Weber. Those 2 on the call here on Big Ten Network.
I love that. So it looks like Maryland playing some zone here. And with the short rotation on those guards, maybe better served. You're going to mix it up. Brenda Free said as much. You're going to show a lot of different looks.
Bounce outside, near steps. The pull-up for 2 is way short for Bell. At the rebound. Addie Mack, full head of steam to the basket, denied by Fiso.
Oh, my goodness. Addie Mack tried to change gears, and the D-cell didn't sell this one. Right here, Fiso says no on that one and sent that out cleanly with a big block up top.
3rd block for the Ducks. Mack again. Look back to her, not there for Conroe. Reset with Garzone. With 10 to shoot. Williams from Billings, Montana. Spins into a double. Steps and misses. And Maryland right now 0 for their last 7.
They cannot have those droughts, and that's what Brenda Free said. Our margin of error is so small.
Now Jacobs thought about the backdoor pass, but instead the 4th turnover on the Ducks.
Just didn't plant that pivot foot, took the extra step. Look at Brenda Freeze trying to implore her team to attack the paint. Some rip and go activity down here. That's what she wants to see.
You mentioned their zone. Brenda Free said ideally, like our roster and who's available says we should do it. As Poffenbarger misses the 3-pointer and it's pulled down by Fiso, but they haven't practiced it a ton.
Right, and you want to be able to trust your defensive principles in that way, but they want to have some reps, and that's what Brenda Free says. You can't just throw the kitchen sink out there schematically on the defensive side. We have to get some continuity.
Jacobs from Fiso, in and out. Akanwa. Hop step in the lane, swatted away. The 4th block shot for Oregon.
She's just so lightning bolt quick with her speed, especially in the open floor.
Well, Jacobs has the green light from that corner, right?
Yeah. She's going to let that thing go. She already hit one in this game, but it was from up top.
She's 1 of 4 from 3-point range. We're tied at 10, a game that's really gotten stuck in the mud here in the 1st quarter. The Terps 4 of 14, 9 straight misses, make it 10 in a row, and the rebound ripped away by Kane.
Yeah, I like that read by Mack.
Atute cruising in for 2, and the defense fell asleep.
Yeah, and you have to have your head on a swivel, and both teams were concerned with the defensive transition. We have to be able to get back, and not just be back, but be established and aware.
Sayla Poffenbarger takes it herself and misses off balance. 11 straight Maryland misses. Fiso for 2, that's short. And back and forth we go. rips through, and one for the freshman. Addie Mack will go to the line.
Oh, it's the return of the Mack on this one. Addie Mack trying to recognize how she can attack and get to the body. She did just that. Got right into the chest of Fiso and drew that contact +1.
Who sings that song?
Me.
I bet you everyone knows how it goes, but no one knows who actually recorded it.
Hey, man, I sing it. I don't know.
It was
The recording artist was, but I sing it when it comes on.
named Mark Morris.
Oh, my, wow, see? Mark Madsen? No? Oh, okay.
Close.
Okay. He did do that dance back
Yeah, he
in the
did.
Lakers.
He was the guy. Mack, no. Rebound tipped out and snared by Muhammad. 13-12 Maryland with 22 seconds to go. And Oregon can hold for the final shot.
Yeah, and I like that. Trying to size it up. I don't know if they're going to set the screen. Well, now here it comes. I thought she was going to try.
Atute sets it. Fiso finds Atute. In and out. Rebound Muhammad with 3 seconds.
Just a solid read off the high pick and roll in the middle third. And then that second chance opportunity.
Had the distance, but missing.
Clear up, just go out there and do your thing. Right, but everyone's kind of out of position.
Yeah.
They're not in their natural comfort zone when it comes to that. And now you see some zone again by Maryland trying to shore up things with the 3-2.
And then you saw on that graphic, double overtime loss against the Huskies. In this building, you had 5 players at least playing 39 minutes as Avery Kane next on the triple. And Oregon right now, their second 3, they lead by 4.
Yeah, and to your point about those big minutes in that double overtime game, with the short rotation, that's impactful in terms of recovery.
Off the miss, Fiso accelerates for Oregon. Still scoreless, but has 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Avery Kane, the sophomore to UCLA transfer. High-low. Atute against Garzone for the bucket.
Precisely surgical in terms of their attack to get a paint touch. And that high-low action is tough to guard if you're a step behind, and Maryland was a step behind down in there.
5-0 start this quarter for the Ducks. Garzone spins, fires, and misses the rim entirely. Maryland, Akana was 4 of 6. The rest of the team is 1 of 14.
Yeah, look at how Oregon dissects the defense, and then an easy money bucket right there at the cup. That high-low is something that Oregon loves to go to, right? They space the floor well. So now you have 2-player action from the nail in. High percentage offense.
A 7-0 extended scoring run for Oregon. Fake the bounce pass inside. Fiso with 5 to shoot. Katie Fiso launches and hits the 3-pointer, making it 2 for now for Fiso.
Oh, she's cold-blooded. And the way she ran back with some bounce in her run, that's scary. That's scary hours right there. Tough bucket on the pull-up.
She won you over earlier today.
She did. I was like, where are my sneakers? You know, the hoop.
Big energy. Walker gets the bounce. Nice answer for Kendall Walker and the Terps.
She hasn't shot the 3-ball well. 1 of 19 from range coming into this one. So better serve to attack off the bounce and finish in the paint.
First points for the Terps this quarter. A 21-15 Oregon advantage. 3-pointer on the way for Fiso. Missed the rim. It's been one of those nights to begin on both sides.
It's like a roller coaster in terms of how the shots are going in, or if there's going to be a drought offensively.
Nice step and finish for Isiazi Mamadou.
Very nicely executed, knifing to the second side where there was no help to jam her up. It's a great read.
Atute from Muhammad from 18. Atute will shoot 2, found by Ozzy Mamadou. Now, I'm watching play, and Testudo, the mascot, is standing in front of me. Let's go to the replay first.
Yeah, take a look at this. Fiso pulling up after absorbing that contact, get some space, and then she came back the other way with some cold-bloodedness on her. And then right here, the rip-through move get right to business. Get to that second side, split the defense there. It was just shadowing. She was able to finish that.
9 points already for Ahisa Tute. She's from Luxembourg, 9th start, and when she entered the lineup, it was for her rebounding. She's #1 in the league in rebounding rate, which is percentage of available rebounds, 22%. If they're available, she grabs them.
Yeah, and that's what you look at. It's not the quality, I mean the quantity, but the quality, right? A 22% clip. I mean, that means she's activated when that shot is in the air. She's looking and hunting contact and maintaining it.
7 to shoot for Maryland. Garzone against Kane. Stripped and a swipe that time for Esther Tuhina. Steals, 3 for the Ducks. High-low again, double team comes. Tough layup, could help there by Akanwa.
Yeah, nice defensive attention to detail down inside, getting that deflection to take that play and opportunity away.
Catch and shoot 3. Akanwa is in and out. Rebound weak side. Atute, her 5th rebound to go with 10 points.
I know both teams want to attack quickly, but I think composure right now for both teams will get them better looks. Seems a lot of miscues right now because I think both teams are sped up.
Yeah.
So give credit to both teams defensively for that. But I think whoever wins that composure war right now will get the momentum that they crave. I think both teams are playing too quickly in the quarter court, trying to go for the first thing. Sometimes you just need to work it down.
That's now 5 turnovers, Christie, for Oregon. Maryland with 6. And they bring on McLean, picked up an early foul. Boyko in as well for the Terps. Akanwa with their first 9 points and adds to it here with the floater, and she's got 11 now.
Yeah, and the difference in that possession is that they got 3 ball reversals. And that's what I'm talking about. Massage the defense down and then attack. Akanwa nicely executed there in the midi.
Tuhina from way outside nails the 3.
Oh boy. That's boom ball triple right there by Tuhina. But you need to find where she is, right? You have to understand your personnel.
She's from Kosovo, went to Spain at the age of 14 to play competitively. How about Akanwa taking a finish? Chance at 3, and she's got 13 already for Maryland.
She has been a problem, but Tuhina on the other side, I'm going to tell you what.
If in Worcester, so excited to be here tonight for this one.
Yeah, we were chatting with her earlier today at Shoot Around, and she was just so excited. She just said, Akanwa is just such a graceful player and gives everything to the game, and you never had to ask her to work hard. She just brought her hard hat every single time and was a tremendous leader, consummate leader in that way for the team, and not just statistically, but with her character, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Now Conway Christie with 14 now. She's 6 of 9. Bell step back 3. That's good for the Ducks. 4-3 for the visitors tonight.
Yeah, you can ring my bell on that one. She ran 3 bells on that. Deep water triple. You got that one to go.
Don't start singing that song.
No, I can't sing. So I just move the shoulders when it comes on.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Lob inside of Boyko, stolen away. The turnovers mounting now 7 for Maryland.
Defensive transition, good on that last possession by the Terps, but you can't just filter into the paint because they're going to fire those threes. Bell tried to pull another one from range. And here's that previous possession. Little kick out, spray out 3, 10 toes down, 3 points in from range for the Ducks.
And Bell's been huge, shooting 37% from three-point range. The junior, yeah, she's already graduated and earned her bachelor's degree. She's already enrolled in the MBA program. I mean, you talk about impressive young woman.
Yeah, no question about it. And then Kelly Graves, the head coach at Oregon, said that she's their best on-ball defender. You know, she swarms you, but she can also do this.
The big logo action.
Get to the midi then. Stop and pop. I love her feet. You know, I watch shooters and everyone kind of watches up top for the flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
I watch feet, like the body balance and the mechanics start down there. It's got to go toes to fingertips. And she is really good at doing both.
Opposite, Garzone knocks down the rain-making triple.
Garzone, a 40% striker from range. Also tied for first in the Big Ten with her teammate Poffenbarger with 3 assists per contest. So when you can set up your teammates and get a bucket, that's big-time stuff on the offensive end.
The strip for Garzone and the swipe of Jacobs.
Just those long arms in the passing lanes, and that's when you see the size advantage for Maryland on the perimeter, specifically because of all the perimeter players who are out with injury. Really showing up big there with those deflections.
Inside, kick out, and on the pass. And before that, we get steps on Ozzy Mamadou. You know, Maryland's made 3 straight shots. They're shooting better this quarter, 5 for 8. But the turnovers are a big reason why they're still down by 5.
Absolutely, and both coaches knew. Hey, we need to take care of the basketball. You have to come and meet passes. That was one of the keys for Maryland as well, because of the way Oregon has their ravenous attention on the basketball, but also off the ball, getting in those passing lanes.
Fiso off the dribble, crossover, but missed it. Rebound Akanwa. Ducks 6 of 11 this quarter now. Akanwa hesitates, gets free inside, and scores, and a foul.
Oh my.
And has she been red hot tonight?
I mean, just flat out simply amazing. It's a lightning bolt to the rim yet again. This is her 3rd and 1 opportunity in this game. Oregon having a tough time containing her. But look, she leads the Big Ten guards in paint points per game, just under 10, and fast break points as well. So, I mean, when you can do that, attack the cup like that, I mean, you're just dangerous. She's so quick at attacking that top leg and getting where she wants to go.
She is 17 of Maryland's 28 to begin the game. Final 2:03 of the second here in College Park.
She had a 30-point game earlier this season, and if Oregon doesn't cut that water off, she's going to be right at that again in this game.
Oh, loose ball foul. We'll keep it on this end. It's the 3rd on the Terps this quarter. And it'll stay with the Ducks with .54 left. Ozzy Mamadou with her 2nd. Brenna Fries is ready for a trip up the floor off that miss. And Brianna Williams enters. The freshman seeing more time with the injuries and the need for size. Jacobs, scoop missed. Deflects out, and a reset for the Ducks.
Ooh, that was close to being a screen foul there with a little bit of a hip.
Jacobs sold the fake, but missed it. Here comes Akanwa. Man, the Ducks race back. Williams the catch, peels off and scores.
Yeah, the work was done early down inside by Brianna Williams, holding her seal and finishing on the lob.
Tied up at 30.
10-0 run for the Terps right now. They found some activity on the defensive end. They've gotten quickly to the other side for some easy production.
Steal for Akanwa. Off to the races, and she scores. She is 19 already, and Maryland with the lead. Wow. Jacobs the other way, bumped, no foul on Poffenbarger. Akanwa collects, drives, and finishes. 21 for Akanwa. Twelve straight for the Terps.
They found the traction that they've needed on the offensive end by sitting in a stance on the defensive side and getting the stops necessary to play at the pace that they want.
Jacobs contested, missed it. And a foul here on Tuhina. It's the 3rd on Oregon, and Maryland will get it with 11.5 to go before halftime.
Boy, look at this defense, just hands in the passing lane, getting deflections, and then off to the races to the other side. Okonowa just playing out of her mind right now in this first half with another run out. A couple more fast break points for Maryland, and that's something that Kelly Graves said he wanted to cut that in half. He said that we need to cut the second chance points in half and the fast break points, but they haven't been able to do it.
12-2 fast break points. They're missing 5 guards, but they've got their best one still.
Hey, she has owned one right now, and here she goes again.
Yes, with 2 seconds. Okonowa and Maryland closes half on a 14-0 run. 23 already for Flau'jae Okonowa. Wow.
And wanted to be here so badly, and Brenda Freeze scholarshiped her in her second season here. She was a captain her senior season with Maryland as a walk-on.
Thank you for sharing that story, because I know how deep this runs for you, staying in touch with her family.
Yes.
And we talked to Brenda Freeze before the game. This is someone who, like you said, she gets a scholarship. She's a captain. It's the first NCAA team in Brenda's second year, as the turnaround's good for Oregon. Right now it's a 6-point Maryland lead. And I think that video of Brenda Freeze in the locker room, you know, this day and age, players move around a lot.
Right.
And with the portal and NIL and transferring, when you're in a place, it's very hard to really glean the history of the program and what it means and the people who came before you. And she said, we have to make a point, whether it's in Maryland or somewhere else, of teaching our players the importance of our history and the special people who came through. And then when you can take part, we're wearing the lapels for Ovarian Cancer Awareness Night. That's the next step. That's what makes this all so special.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, every player, broadcaster, coach is standing on the proverbial shoulders of those who came before us, and Vicky Brick's shoulders were certainly strong.
And Kelly Graves jokes with you. When you told her about Vicky Brick, he said, I'm the same way. I like big guards too.
He did say that.
But you convinced Coach Weller.
I did, and thank goodness for that, because, I mean, what a legacy she has here now as a forever member of Maryland basketball.
Nice move by Ozzy Mamadou, but she can't connect. Fighting for the rebound, and we'll get a tie-up, and the arrow gives it back to the Ducks. So as we shift back to the game right now, 8:21 to go, third quarter. Maryland closed the first half, Christy, on a 14-0 run. They allowed no points in the final 8:14 of the second. And you look at the final 3:19 of the first half, I mean, 8 field goals made, and Okonowa with 9 of her 23 alone in that final burst.
No, she was absolutely spectacular, just phenomenal speed in the open floor, 10 of 13 from the floor for Okonowa in the first half.
Natute with the spin move, and Oregon chipping away now, down by 2. A good start here in the third quarter.
Well, it was a 24-12 advantage for Maryland in the paint in that first half. So you see Kelly Graves going right downstairs and getting right to work at close range.
Here's a start for Maryland. Okonowa with 23. Walker, that one rims out, and the rebound for Natute. Spins middle, and Natute missing with the left. The rebound, though, and free throws for the sophomore from Luxembourg, who's just getting better and more confident in the starting role.
Well, Natute staying aggressive with it, right? Staying with her attack mode mentality, but also understanding where her shot is coming off. Shooters know where that shot's going to come off. And it's easy to say, hey, turn the box out.
Yeah.
But you know how quick that happens? It happens so quickly. Like, you know you need to box out, but you can't get there quickly enough. I mean, you're right in there at close range. That's a short rebound. So you just have to do your best to kind of maybe just lean forward into it, because you're not going to be able to turn around and box out in those instances. But you can wedge out, like lean in, still facing the player, and try to tip it away so she doesn't get an easy second chance opportunity.
She plays 20 minutes a game. That's gone up with the starting job. But how about this start for Oregon? 8-2 to start the third. And we are tied for the 4th time tonight. Okonowa, runners missed. Rebound for Jacobs, and you can see the Ducks are really closing it up on the glass, like you mentioned. Fiso has not forced it here tonight so far. They're Oregon's leading scorer. And it's going the other way. Offensive foul on the Ducks, and it's Mia Jacobs with her second.
Those offensive rebounds. And that is something Kelly Graves said that he just cannot give up for Maryland, right? It's a one and done.
Am I allowed to say Gesundheit?
Yes. The mute button saved me.
The air is dry.
It is.
God bless.
Thank you.
Missed by Economo. Rebound, Tute. Look at the pass to Fiso. Look at the pass back. And just missing his long. Numbers for Maryland. Patty Mack to the rim. The runner's denied by Tute. And little words at the end for the freshman Mack.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what she said, but her business was taken care of up top with that big block. Oh boy. All of that. Get it all out of here and take it over there. Take it through there. Through
5 Oregon blocks. Tute defending here against Williams. Walker from 20. And there's Fiso for the board.
Well, maybe Oregon can turn a couple of defensive stops into some production on the offensive side.
A charge underneath on Oregon. And it's going the other way. As Ari Long barrels into Walker.
Trying to find some leverage, right? It feels like Maryland has the momentum, and then you look at the score and it's a tie ball game. So it's up for grabs.
Yes.
When it comes to those 50-50 opportunities, good decision making on the offensive side. Taking care of the basketball, but also being disruptive and paying it off on the other side with your defense.
The Ducks took a lot of time to come out of the locker room before the third quarter.
Making sure all the ducks are in a row. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, come on.
My mom always says that.
Touch to Williams, too strong, and the rebound for Tute. The Ducks, with a victory this year in the top 25, that was against USC. Tute gets the bounce, and Oregon, a 10-0 run, reclaims the lead.
Tute is ready for it in the second half. She must have been called to attention in that locker room because she is most certainly making an impact.
Mack wants it for 3. Knocks it down for Maryland.
Fiso went in to kind of shadow double team, and now there was a long run out to that spray out triple, and she couldn't get there in time to contest it. String music up top from range for Maryland.
A 41-40 Terrapins lead, midway point of the third, and we're going the other way. Offensive on Fiso for the Ducks. And that's her second.
A bit frustrated there after missing that last play to test on time. Trying to come down and get something to materialize on the offensive end. A little extracurricular with it. Can't do it.
So Mack making that last 3. The second tonight for Maryland. They've only attempted 7 so far. Economo blocked, and another Duck swap. Their 6th of the night.
Their competitive fire.
11 points in the first half, now 7 in the third for Tute. Economo will shoot 2 for Maryland. Their chance at the line where she's 3 of 3 so far this evening.
And again, just getting downhill, attacking that low man on the weak side. Economo just has the innate smarts to be able to know when and where to attack. You see a lot of times players possess an enormous amount of speed and don't know when to gauge when to use it and not to use it. But Economo, she's very wise.
Change of speed.
Change of speed, the decel, all of that. She's
Speaking of speed.
Smart.
And defense, Wednesday, Seymour Women's Hoops on Big Ten Plus when the Terps square off against Michigan State in a top 20 showdown, and the Ducks host Illinois. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It is always game on. So you're limited with your guards. If you're Maryland, you've got the Spartans coming up as Williams right down Route 1 for the basket.
Route 1. I love Route 1 around here.
No, you hate the traffic. Come on.
Well, the traffic's not great, but the food down there is good.
It is good. A 44-40 Terps lead. Ducks with it. Matute. Jacob swings, and it's out. Was it deflected? Natalie Kamey wants help, and Kelly Graves is trying to plead his case, but no deflection. It's Maryland ball.
Let's take a look at that long pass. And again, oh, if Matute had gotten it with that left hand, the outside hand closer to the ball line, she would have been gone yet again in the open floor. But she got it with that inside hand, and it carried out of bounds. Outside hand, kids, closest to the basketball, gets you where you want to be the quickest.
Love it. Here's Williams, catch and shoot 3 ball. The freshman's more involved though tonight, no question.
Yeah, no, I love that. She sat out last season, practiced with the team last year. Williams.
And a whistle inside, Garzone pumps at Tute, and Garzone's been quiet. 3 points, now with 3 fouls. She's only taken 2 shots here tonight.
Yeah, you're looking at what she's been able to do from 3 this year. I know she already hit 1 in this game, a 40% striker. She leads the Big Ten and is 12th in the country. And made threes with 63 coming into this one.
How about that high screen, and Fiso released for 2.
It's a smart separation in that 2-player action. To be able to scissor it and finish it.
A 2-point game, 44-42 Maryland. Williams back to bounds, never got to Poffenbarger. Off the steal, the Tute brings it up to the Ducks. Spins middle, double team, then knocked away to Mack.
Really good rotation by Williams.
Addie Mack looking for trailers.
They are sitting in the pocket of Yarden Garzone. She really relies upon her 3-point opportunities in transition. They're not giving that to her.
Williams, the spin, the block, and the swipe straight up by Rambis. Fiso drive and kick. 3-pointer. Avery Kane not there.
Entanglement going on down there on the
back and
rebound.
forth we go.
Yeah.
With 2:30 to play in the third. Poffenbarger from deep. In and out. Max swoops in. Knocked away in a late whistle. But a foul.
Yeah, Maryland getting a couple of bites of the apple. Then they're getting to the offensive glass. But right here, look at Oregon just getting right to work. Going straight downhill. Fiso with the easy one. And then Rambis staying locked and loaded defensively. And didn't even jump, it seemed. Just kind of gobbled that one up flat-footed. Those long arms come in handy, not just in the grocery store and you're trying to help people. Maybe that's just me, but those long arms are helpful on defense.
You at Trader Joe's?
Absolutely. I help people all the time.
How about Fiso? A 12 points per game improvement from last year. That's the best improvement in the Big Ten. 25 games off the bench as a freshman, and with the injury to Elisa Nevius, the German senior guard who's out for the season now, that's allowed Fiso to really thrive, and what a great sophomore year.
Yeah, Kelly Graves said as much. She said, you know, we really miss our players, but we have to understand that, hey, we have an opportunity right here to really improve and kind of spread your wings if you're Fiso, and that's a player that Brenda Fries said first when you were asking about who specifically they were going to be honed in on.
Yeah.
And she said Fiso's been having just a tremendous season.
You got a squeezer season between 4 from Sabrina Ionescu.
Sab, yeah. Sabrina Ionescu.
That's pretty cool this to be on.
26 triple doubles for her. Just absolutely amazing. Collegiate career cut short by COVID, so we just will have the unknown for that season. Everyone's claiming, hey, that would have been us, but Oregon, man, I'm telling you, they had such a bomb squad. I would have loved for that Final Four to have been able to be played out, but I understand. But man, just never know. That's so frustrating. But Sabrina Ionescu, the New York Liberty WNBA championship in her bag as well.
Fiso right there, the killer cross and the pull-up from mid-range, looking like a star. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, and then she comes down the other end, ready to go, clapping her hands on defense.
Walker is thrilled fighting to the screen. And Oregon in the penalties. The free throws coming up for Kendall Walker.
Let's take a look and see what happened on that foul. Just trying to get a pin down. And there's just like a push through. Not a lot of force to it. Not a lot of force, but there was some contact.
All right, Kendall Walker.
Yeah. Seems like let me get to the line.
It's a very stoic face for someone who drew that foul.
Just hold it. But there was extension.
Yeah.
Contact and extension.
Dad Bill played at Holy Cross in the School Hall of Fame. Her brother Bill, a walk-on at Virginia from not far away, Beltsville, Maryland in PG County.
Yeah. She was on the Washington Post All-Met team for 2 seasons. And I actually had a conversation with her dad. And, you know, her mom passed away a couple of years ago. And, you know, he's been both mom and dad to her brother. For her as well, and she said she's just such a great kid who just loves the game, to keep her out of the gym just so she can get some rest, but she just loves to get after it.
Conwood was there, knocks it into the first row, and 12 to shoot for Oregon. Think about what's at stake. If you're Maryland, you've dropped 3 in a row, a couple in overtime. They're fighting, they're injured. You have the Ducks trying to pick up another top 25 victory. We get a tie-up here, nearly a travel, and Akano is ripped away from Rambis by her teammate, Ozzy Mamadou. Yep. The arrow says it's gone back to Maryland, but man, you could feel what's at stake now. Both teams playing so hard in a 4-point game.
Yeah, how about that? Big sister lifting little sister up off the floor to save her from some duress. Oh, look at this right here. Oh, she said, nope, we're going over here. Feet off the floor. Hey, we're not doing that, baby. I love the save there.
I got you.
I love the save.
I love the movie Major League. It's, you know, that first game against the Yankees. He says, I think you can go get him.
Yeah, you can go get him now. I love it. A little feisty out here. I love it. Both teams trying to get back in the win column. Maryland, 3 losses in a row coming into this one. Number 5, UCLA was the first one, and that was a big loss in that game. And then number 10, Iowa. It was an 85-78 overtime loss. And most recently to Washington, that double overtime game.
Crazy.
Poffenbarger couldn't close it out on the free throw line, and then went for a double dip extra time. Tina Langley spent some years here as an associate head coach with Brenda Freeze, and that game was won by Washington here in College Park.
10 to shoot for Oregon. Fiso inside, intercepted. She threw it right to Boyko. Worth noting for Maryland, on the bench is Ozzy Mamadou. Picked up her 4th personal. The Ducks now with 14 turnovers and 7 this quarter. About a second between the clocks. Nakanawa, quiet this quarter, double teamed, deflected. Loose to Walker, 3 to shoot. Inside, Ozzy Nakanawa with the finish. To beat the buzzer, a 50-44.
She said, I'm not disappointed in how we've played. Our effort has been good. Just had some miscues and weren't able to close out the last couple of overtime and double overtime games. She knows that they have to really make up for a lot of production. I mean, Smichael led Maryland in points and steals last year. And Bree McDaniel was just one of the best defensive savants in the Big Ten, wreaking havoc on the defensive side. So you're missing a lot of pressure and force on the defensive end, but also players who had the ability to score the ball. So you take that away, it's like kind of playing with one hand tied behind your back sometimes when you don't have that depth and waves of productivity to tap into on the bench.
Last foul, the 4th on Ari Long for Oregon. Missed by Garzone, and again, they have walled her up. Just her 4th shot from the field. She's 1 of 4 tonight. A 50-44 Maryland lead early here in the 4th. Head Cohen, Christy Winter-Scott. Our crew led by producer Kevin Klein, director Justin Helm. Opposite to Long. 3 is short. Offensive rebound. And Muhammad is fouled, going for it. First on the Terps here in the fourth quarter. All right, 9:20 to play in a game that's so meaningful to both sides. This is just a huge opportunity to add to the resume for both the Ducks and the Terps. What are you watching for these early minutes?
I want to see what kind of pressure is going to be applied.
Yeah.
And Brenda Free said, hey, she was going to talk to her team about, do you want to go full court? Do you want to go three-quarter court? And have some containment about us on the defensive end. And Oregon, you already know what they're going to do on the defensive side.
Atute sneaks in for two, a career best 20 now as the night continues for Ahis Atute.
Yeah, very calculated positioning down inside. For yet another interior bucket for the Ducks. Atute playing with some aggression, but really chess and not checkers when it comes to her footwork and foot placement. To be able to set plays like that up. A little Iverson action here by Maryland to a ball screen. Weak side pin down, trying to get Garzone a touch. Oregon blew that up.
She's got two defenders on her at all times. Knocked away, loose, and snapped up by Muhammad. 12 Terps turnover, but back comes Poffenbarger. Delays, slings it, Garzone. Knocked loose by Muhammad. I mean, the defense against Garzone's been wild from the jump.
Yeah, they've been sitting in the back pocket like a wallet.
Autumn Johnson has Oregon as an 8, Maryland as a 4 at the moment in the big dance.
Yeah, you're looking at Maryland with the 17 net score, and then Oregon sitting at a 23. So, I mean, both teams, I mean, I know we're kind of early when we're talking about they absolutely need this game, but I think it would really benefit both teams in their postseason possibilities if they can get this game.
Again, Maryland, they've lost 3 in a row. And for Oregon, Tahina's coming in place of Fiso. But they have those wins early. Minnesota on the road in double overtime. Kentucky, USC, all top 23 net teams. 5 to shoot. Here's Addie Mack. The crossover, doubled. 1 to shoot. Williams launches. Back of the rim, no. And the rebound to Tahina. The star for Oregon, Atute spins and scores. And Brenda Freeze wants a timeout for Maryland with under 8 left.
Well, that's just such a big-time bucket down.
They flew back to Eugene for finals, back to Connecticut, and beat Maryland pretty easily.
Yeah, and I wanted to stick with them. I mean, they just had such a magic carpet ride feel about them, the culture, and that's what I told Kelly Graves today. I didn't want to leave. Like, it was just so much fun to be around a team like that where the culture was the star.
And SQ scored 21. What a ride it was, and eventually made the Final Four 2 years later, their first and only in school history. And they lost to UConn in the Elite Eight. Kelly Graves is funny. He said, you know, the first couple of minutes, I looked at one of my assistants, I said, we're not winning tonight.
Well, 12 championships later for Gino Auriemma and the UConn Huskies. I mean, it just speaks volume. We talk about culture, winning titles.
Mack inside for 2. And down she goes with Williams, and alertly Kevin Pethel says, all right, let's play on.
Yeah, take a look. Here's Mack taking it to the rack. Got that to go, and then it's a spill on aisle 7. A couple people down the floor.
Mack the swipe, but Atute recovers. Drives the lane. What a performance. Atute now with 24 tonight.
Just outrageously excellent.
Walker, no. Long looking up the floor. Tahina drives the closeout. Fight for the rebound. And out of bounds off Oregon.
Another thing to circle in the last 6:46 is the board work. Right? Look at what Maryland has been able to do. 6th in the country, just under a +12 advantage on the boards. But tonight, Oregon doing their due diligence with the +2 over the Terps.
That's huge. Addie Mack into the paint. Gets the bounce.
She has come alive here for Maryland, and they've needed it. High percentage shots. Taking it right to the basket with some intentionality.
Fiso winning at the table for Oregon, along with Avery Kane. And now Ozzy Mamadou with 4 fouls will check in too. And Tute on a breakdown scores. And Kelly Graves with the timeout with 6 own deliver for Maryland. And will Akanwa return to what she was doing in a brilliant first half? Final 6 minutes. We're going to find out. Early miss there for Maryland.
Yeah, I think they really missed the offensive impact from Yarden Garzon, and she can't settle for being guarded hard. She has to continue to try to hunt touches and not necessarily score, because she's a fine passer as well.
Inside out, the 3 ball for Bell. And the Ducks reclaim the lead.
Oregon has done such a fantastic job. 7 blocks in this game defensively, and they've been knocking in their triples. 14 assists as well for them.
Ozzy Mamadou to the zone, turns it over. Fiso. Wait for the trailer. Bell made the last 3. And we slow it up with almost 5 minutes left. There have been 7 lead changes tonight, 4 ties. Fiso in a 1. Well short, rebound Garzon.
She's trailing right here. She wants it back.
Addie Mack playing catch with Walker. Ozzy Mamadou playing with 4 fouls, and Jacobs hounds her. That's the 3rd on Mia Jacobs, the 2nd on the Ducks here in this 4th quarter.
That's got to be a bounce pass on that last play. But on the previous possession by Oregon, look at the spray out. Oh my goodness, right on time and on target. And she cashed that in. The bench is like, yeah, baby, let's go. That's that energy that you love to have from your bench. That's when you know you have a great culture. No one's sitting on their hands over there waiting for their own shot. They're cheering for the team, and the team's ability to score.
You mentioned the rebounding. A +2 still for the Ducks. Maryland entering the night a +11 on average, among the best in the country.
Iverson action here with the guards circling through the 2 post players at the elbows.
Katie Fiso bumped and fouled by Garzon. 2nd on Maryland. And for Garzon, that's her 3rd.
Fiso may have made that contact first, but they always catch the second one. You know, I have 3 kids. Like, hey, he's touching me or she's touching me. Yeah, but I only saw the second part of it. That's just how it goes. There's the push off, and then the knee by Garzon to take her off track and reroute her, and that's where the infraction was recognized.
Speaking of your kids, nice trip out to East Lansing. A loss for the Spartans to Michigan, but you got back for this one.
I did.
Off the ball, Mack fouls Jacobs. 2nd on Addie Mack for Maryland.
Yeah, thank goodness that flight was on time. I was excited about that. 7 a.m. up and cracking. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. So it's all good.
And Tute inside, missed the bunny.
She hasn't missed many. I will say that. But that time she had some traffic.
Maryland chance to reclaim the lead. Sandra Poffenbarger hesitates. Max swoops in, dives.
Wow.
Ball loose, and Oregon snaps it up courtesy of Jacobs.
Yeah, those 50-50 opportunities. Rebounds are 50-50 opportunities, but when they hit the deck, you better be on the deck too and try to scrap that thing out of there. Dig it out of the mud. Oregon's just been able to get a couple more plays completed that way in this one.
Kane bounces opposite, 3-pointer is good, and again, it's Sophia Bell.
Sophia Bell just clanking that thing. My goodness.
Look out.
Moon ball.
Ozzy Mamadou missed the turnaround.
She can't ask for more, right? She had time and space individually covered in front of the rim. Got to be able to square your body, get some leverage, and body balance.
Killer crossover, skip out, Garzon intercepts. Look out. disjointed and steps on Maryland, and you're twisting your fingers and backing down. You saw it all the way for the Terps.
Yeah, well, you set your teammate up when you throw the basketball in traffic. You're just throwing it up there. It's a dangerous pass to make with defense all around like bees to honey, and then bad things happen. That's what I'm saying. Patience is a virtue in so many ways. Can't rush it. Sure.
Open three is good. Bell with her third this quarter. Massive for Oregon. It's an 11-0 run.
Automatic from the three-point line for Bell.
2:25 left. Maryland in search of answers. Need them fast. Akanwa on baseline. Blocked but a foul. And it's Jacobs over the back with her fourth.
When my kids weren't feeling well, I said, here, ring this bell if you need me or whatever like that. Well, Maryland, they need to hide that bell like I used to hide it, so they stopped ringing that thing. But right now, Bell is on one. The extra pass to the corner pocket, that's pure.
Bell this quarter with 3 3-pointers, 14 points on the night. A rock star on the court in the classroom. Bell, a 2-year undergraduate degree. You heard that right. Had a couple of credits from Jesuit in Portland before matriculating to college. Took some summer classes. She interned at Nike. She wants to work in sports law. She'll probably be the commissioner of the W one day.
I would love that for her.
Maryland's press, nearly a steal, but a foul. And the crowd doesn't like it.
Like that at all, yeah. Let's take a look.
Second.
Let's see what the displeasure is all about here. There was a bump there, though. Yeah.
Full court pressure. Lost by Fiso. Poffenbarger with it. And a break for Maryland. Back within 4.
Yeah, that's that easy money. Maryland needs to produce. Press up on him, she said. Get back into it. Wind me up, Chuck. And the DMV, wind it up. In the last 2 minutes.
Stick with the full court press. Trap the corner. And Tute pulls into the front court. Right now, Fiso will run the show. Their point guard with nearly 7 assists per game. 10 to shoot for Oregon. Jacobs looked inside. Finds a Tute. 2 to shoot. Gives it up. Long. Beats the shot clock with a long 2. And they'll take a look here.
You need each other right here. You've got to stay connected, set and use some screens. That time, Yard and Garzone rejected that screen.
Walker, the blow by, funnels to Mack. Weak side, Garzone the rebound. 1:13 to go. Addie Mack the drive, gets it to drop.
That's exactly what Maryland needed on that play. Don't settle for those jump shots outside. Take a high percentage. Go inside and try to hunt some contact as well.
And Jacobs alertly pulls it out for the Ducks. Smart play. 51 seconds to go.
And if Maryland decides to blitz, they got to rotate. 2 people on the ball, 2 people, 1 pass away and a safety. There's the blitz, a little bit.
7 to shoot. Don't want to foul now.
Cross match.
And Tute, ball's loose. 3 to shoot, knocked away and a steal. Here's Mack. Under 30 seconds. Bumped and she's fouled by Fiso. And Mack will shoot 2. The clock stops in a 4-point game. And Addie Mack, normally 90%, but shake it up.
Yeah, I mean, steal and score mentality. Survival of the fittest right here. And that means not just your physical fitness, but mental fitness.
And the freshman will walk it off. She's all right.
She may have bumped her face on the ground after Fiso fouled her, and then, oh, yep, her nose seemed like it hit the floor, but I hope she's okay. because there's nothing she could do to help that. Just the momentum took her face to the floor, and trying to see if she's having a nosebleed, but she's a toughie. She's right back at it.
She got scraped.
Oh, yeah.
Hard. With my boys, we call that a boot. That was a big boot. 27.1 to go. Again, normally 90% at the foul line for Addie Mack. Amazing for a freshman. 63-60 with 27.1 to go. Two for two. Timeout, Ducks.
Addie Mack, a 90% shooter from the free throw line. She just went up there in a cold-blooded manner, with her nose having an issue after going face first to the ground, with some momentum carrying her there. Calm, cool, and collected. Got both of them down.
The three-point shooting from Sophia Bell this quarter, 3 of them, all huge.
Yeah, phenomenal. Spray out opportunities for Oregon, all point. A bounce pass to the other corner pocket triple, but they've just been able to find her. Maryland, those long run closeouts, not benefiting them. But you have to trust your speed on that, and that, again, is where Maryland is missing 5 perimeter players due to injury.
So one timeout left for Oregon, Christie. They advance the ball here, leading by 2 points at 63-61. If you're Maryland defensively, how much time do you allow for a possible trap and steal before you try and foul?
Well, you have to first try to steal the entry pass, right? You don't have to wait for that. Try to get it. And then you're looking at the possession arrow, so you can't go in and try to get a jump ball because it's going back the other way. So there are a lot of things that you're thinking about, but I think if you don't get the initial steal, then you got to come right up and try to blitz and rotate, and if you don't get that steal, then you foul. But you don't just foul automatically, because you can still possess the basketball if you play smart defensively.
Long will trigger it to Fiso. Mack staying with her, and now she reaches in and fouls. So Oregon got good spacing that time, and Fiso, with 24.4 left, will shoot 2 as Maryland, with that 5th foul, is now the penalty.
We saw Garzone try to get into that run and jump action up top. It was taking too long for her to get over there.
First attempts for Katie Fiso tonight, normally 80%. Calm, collected, and now a 3-point game.
She's a toughie. She reminds me of Sabrina Ionescu and Skylar Diggins combined.
2 for 2, and Oregon tonight now 8 for 11 at the line. Oregon Senator Ron Wyden gave them a tour of the Capitol, the Ducks, the other day. Garzone for 3. Too much. Ripped away by Jacobs, and they have only called their final timeout with 16.2 left to advance the ball with a 4-point lead.
Try to get Yarden Garzone activated from the 3-point line, a 40% shooter from there, and it looked good. She's going to drift to the baseline right here off of that screen, and just, I thought it was a good look at half in terms of taking care of the basketball and not giving Maryland those easy runouts.
16 seconds. Maryland trying to trap, and Jacobs fouled by Garzone with 14.7 to go. So if you're Maryland right now, you need some missed free throws, at least one, and you need some help here down by 4.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, time is not on your side. Jacobs loves photography. See if she could take a picture of these buckets right here from the line.
It's the first one, normally 85%.
Yep.
From Perth, Australia. 1 for 2, and now Brenda Freeze with the timeout. So Maryland with 1 left. They can advance the ball with 14.7 left, trailing by 5.
That's just tough. It's tough math right there in terms of time and score for Maryland. Not impossible, but pretty difficult. What they have to do is, whoever's going to take the shot is probably going to be the inbounder on this play after they advance it. So for Oregon, you have to be cognizant of that. Understand, I mean, they looked at Yarden Garzone on that last play. She just drifted after she inbounded it, so Maybe another opportunity for Garzon. She's the inbounder here from 3.
The Terps tonight, at some point, needed a three-pointer, Christy, but they're 2 for 13 from beyond the arc, 1 for 9 this half. And give the Ducks credit. What they've done against Garzon's been phenomenal all night.
Yeah. To stay connected to her, locking and trailing on any screens or DHOs, dribble handoffs.
Mack pulls up for 3. It's an air ball, and it's out of bounds to Oregon with 9 seconds left. The three-point woes stinging the Terps tonight, and conversely, Bell was massive down the stretch for Oregon with those 3 threes. Here she is now. They trap her and foul her with 7 seconds to go, and the Ducks can begin to feel it here. Remember, the first half ended with a 14-0 Maryland run, but Oregon looked different to start the third, and they never really gave that up. And coming back, take the lead, and keep it down the stretch.
Well, it was everything that Kelly Graves wanted to do out of the gates in this game, right? So you have to cut their second chance points in half, but to cut their fast break opportunities in half. And I think both of those things occurred in the second half for Oregon, not so much in the first half. But they self-corrected, and that's what you want to see out of competitors.
2 for 2 for Bell. Final timeout for Brenda Freeze. A 68-61 lead. They've made